Lesson 37. Wasn't. Weren't. What's the negative of I was?
The negative of I was is I wasn't.
What's the negative of you were?
The negative of you were is you weren't.
Was I at this school 50 years ago?
No, you weren't at this school 50 years ago.
Were you here 100 years ago?
No, I wasn't here 100 years ago.
Was she in a different classroom last lesson?
No, she wasn't in a different classroom last lesson.
Were we in this world 90 years ago?
No, we weren't in this world 90 years ago.
Were they outside the classroom during the last lesson?
No, they weren't outside the classroom during the last lesson. They were inside.
Field. Are there any fields near where you live?
Yes, there are some fields near where I live.
Increase. Is the number of people in your town always increasing?
Yes, the number of people in my town is always increasing.
Battle. War. Are there a lot of battles in a war?
Yes, there are a lot of battles in a war.
Were there a lot of battles in Europe during the Second World War?
Yes, there were a lot of battles in Europe during the Second World War.
Over. Contact. Object. Where's my left hand?
Your left hand's over the table.
Where's my right hand?
Your right hand's over the pen.
Where's my left hand now?
Your left hand's on the table now.
Where's my right hand now?
Your right hand's over the pen now.
Why do we say my left hand is on the table, but my right hand is over the pen?
We say your left hand is on the table, but your right hand is over the pen, because your left hand is not covering the table completely, whereas your right hand is covering the pen completely.
What's over our heads?
The ceiling's over our heads.
What's over this building?
The sky is over this building.
Put your right hand over your pen. What's he doing?
He's putting his right hand over his pen.
Put your right hand over your mouth. Where's her right hand?
Her right hand is over her mouth.
Idea. Do you think it's a bad idea to go to England if you want to learn English well?
No, I don't think it's a bad idea to go to England if I want to learn English well. I think it's a good idea.
Do you think it's a good idea to learn some English before going to England?
Yes, I think it's a good idea to learn some English before going to England.
Often. Rarely. Theatre. Does it often snow in the warm countries of the world?
No, it doesn't often snow in the warm countries of the world. It rarely snows in the warm countries of the world.
Is it very often cold in Africa?
No, it isn't very often cold in Africa. It's very rarely cold in Africa.
Do you often go to the theatre?
Yes, I often go to the theatre.
Does the sun often shine in the north of Europe in winter?
No, the sun doesn't often shine in the north of Europe in winter. It rarely shines.
Understand. Exactly. I am sorry. Do you understand two people when they speak very quickly in English?
No, I don't understand two people when they speak very quickly in English.
Do you understand everything I say during the lesson?
No, I don't understand everything you say during the lesson, but I understand nearly everything you say.
If the first time you don't understand a question the teacher asks you, what must you do?
If the first time I don't understand a question the teacher asks me, I must ask him to repeat it.
What exactly do you say to him?
I say, I'm sorry, I don't understand the question. Will you repeat it, please?
Stop. Do you think it's easy to stop smoking?
No, I don't think it's easy to stop smoking.
Lesson 38. Talk. Voice. However. What does the verb to talk mean?
The verb to talk means to speak.
Do you talk to your friends on your mobile every day?
Yes, I talk to my friends on my mobile every day.
What does the teacher generally do if you start talking to the student next to you during the lesson?
If I start talking to the student next to me during the lesson, the teacher generally asks me to stop talking.
Is it right to say, I am talking English?
No, it isn't right to say I am talking English. It's wrong.
What must we say instead?
We must say, I'm speaking English instead.
Can you hear any voices in the next room?
No, I can't hear any voices in the next room.
Did. What's the past tense of the verb to do?
The past tense of the verb to do is did.
Past tense of regular verbs. Form. Regular. How. Did you walk a lot yesterday? Yes, I walked a lot yesterday. No, I did not walk a lot yesterday. How do we form the past tense of regular verbs?
We form the past tense of regular verbs by putting the letters ed at the end.
Give me an example, please.
For example, walk, walked. I generally walk to school. I walked to school yesterday.
Did you watch television last week?
Yes, I watched television last week.
Did you walk to school yesterday?
Yes, I walked to school yesterday.
What did you use to answer the last question?
I used my voice to answer the last question.
When did last season end?
Last season ended on the 21st of December.
Did you work last month?
Yes, I worked last month.
How long did last season last?
Last season lasted about 3 months.
Did you live at home with your parents when you were a small child?
Yes, I lived at home with my parents when I was a small child.
Did you move any parts of your body during the last lesson?
Yes, I moved some parts of my body during the last lesson.
How do we make a negative sentence in the past tense?
We make a negative sentence in the past tense by using the word did and the infinitive without to.
Give me an example, please.
I didn't work last Saturday.
How do we make a question in the past tense?
We make a question in the past tense by using the word did and the infinitive without to.
Give me an example, please.
Did you work last Saturday?
Did I ask you 1,000 questions last lesson?
No, you didn't ask me 1,000 questions last lesson.
Did last lesson end at 11 p.m.?
No, last lesson didn't end at 11 p.m. It ended at 10 a.m.
Did you talk to anybody in your family last week?
Yes, I talked to somebody in my family last week.
Did you call anybody on your mobile phone yesterday?
Yes, I called somebody on my mobile phone yesterday.
Did you want to come to school today?
Yes, I wanted to come to school today.
Tree. Can you see any trees from where you're sitting?
No, I can't see any trees from where I'm sitting.
Farm, pig, cow, sheep, chicken, horse. Do you live on a farm?
No, I don't live on a farm.
What's the plural of sheep?
The plural of sheep is sheep.
Name some animals we can see on a farm.
On a farm, we can see pigs, cows, sheep, chickens, and horses.
Peace. Is there peace between all the countries of the world at the moment?
No, there isn't peace between all the countries of the world at the moment.
Measure. Can we measure exactly the quantity of water in the sea?
No, we can't measure exactly the quantity of water in the sea.
Necessary. Is it necessary to study a lot if we want to learn a subject well?
Yes, it's necessary to study a lot if we want to learn a subject well.
Pay. Cash. Credit card. Waiter. Waitress. When you have a meal in a restaurant, do you generally pay by cash or by credit card?
When I have a meal in a restaurant, I generally pay by credit card.
And who takes the money from you?
The waiter takes the money from me.